My best man slept with my fiancée the night before our wedding. He actually looked me in the eye and said, "She was never yours to begin with," as he held up the texts like some kind of prize. I didn't say a word, just stood there. But this morning? His whole world collapsed, and he didn't see it coming. I probably should have caught on sooner. Maybe when Kylan insisted on booking the hotel rooms for the wedding party. "You've got enough going on, man. Let me take care of it," he said, flashing screenshots of the reservation confirmations like a good friend. We'd been close since college. He'd always been the guy who offered to help, who showed up. And now I get why. I'm still in shock over everything that went down, but I need to write it out while it's still fresh. Maybe it'll help someone else recognize what I missed. Truth is, I was drowning in wedding planning and work deadlines. I didn't see how often Holly and Kylan were meeting up to plan the perfect day. Things really unraveled the night of the rehearsal dinner. Holly disappeared. She texted that she needed air, said she was overwhelmed. I thought she was just having normal wedding nerves. Nope. Something else entirely. I tried calling her, straight to voicemail. That's when I realized Kylan was gone too. "Probably ran out for more drinks," someone mumbled. But his car? Gone. And something in my gut twisted hard. I opened Instagram to shoot Holly a message and saw she'd accidentally posted a story, only up for a second before she deleted it. But not before I caught a glimpse of a hotel room number in the background. Room 847, not ours. When you've been with someone for 3 years, you know their phone code. Holly's was still her sister's birthday. I hadn't needed to check it in ages. I trusted her. Funny how trust works. I took the elevator upstairs, used the spare. Keycard Kylan gave me in case of emergencies. The hallway was quiet, except for the hum of the ice machine. I reached the room, scanned the card. The light turned green. They didn't even notice me walk in. I didn't yell, didn't throw, anything. Just pulled out my phone and took pictures. Proof. That's when Kylan finally noticed me. And he didn't even flinch. He just smirked. Like he'd won. "She was never yours, man," he said again, grabbing his phone. "Want to see how long this has been going on? She always comes to me when you're too busy working." Holly was crying now, clinging to the sheets. "Daniel, please, let me explain." I didn't even blink. "Keep the ring," I said, calm. "It's fake anyway." It wasn't. But the look on her face made the lie worth it. Kylan chuckled, always composed, always smug. This is why she needed more. Someone who could actually... I cut him off. "You know what's funny, Kylan? You just lost your job. You don't even know it yet." His grin faltered. "We work at the same company, different departments." What he didn't realize was, I had every shady work email he'd ever sent saved. Every time he took credit for someone else's work. Every inappropriate message. "You're bluffing," he said. But I saw the fear creep in. I gave him a smile, not friendly. The kind that says, "Your life is about to implode." "Remember that big project you got a bonus for last quarter? Elsie kept the receipts. All of them. She's just been waiting." His face shifted hard. Elsie was his former report, now working in another team. She documented everything. "Also," I said, raising my phone, "I just messaged Odette. You know, your actual fiancé. The one you're supposed to marry next month." Holly's face turned to him in horror. "You're engaged?" I didn't say anything else, just walked out while they fought. Called my parents in the elevator. "The wedding's off. I'll explain soon. Just trust me." Then I drove to the 24-hour diner I used to study at during college, ordered coffee, opened my laptop, and started sending emails. HR was going to have a hell of a Monday. The venue deposit was non-refundable. That's fine. I consider it the cost of clarity. Watching Kylan's carefully polished life spiral into dust, worth every dollar. He thinks I'll snap, cry, make a scene. He doesn't know me. I don't throw tantrums. I deliver consequences. This isn't a heartbreak story. This is about justice. And I just became its personal assistant. I've got backups of everything. I'm not talking things out with Holly. And for people saying I'm too calm, what, should I flip a table and catch a charge? No thanks. Some like revenge hot. I serve at Arctic. People keep asking about the job stuff. Don't worry, every step will be handled by the book. Sometimes the sharpest weapon is a company policy manual. Right now, I've got vendors to cancel and a few people to call. It's going to be a very, very interesting week. Thanks to everyone who showed support. I didn't expect my story to blow up, but I appreciate it. And yes, I'm doing fine. No, I haven't had a breakdown. I've been busy. It's been 5 days since I walked in on Holly and Kylan, and a lot has happened. So here's where we're at. Remember how I mentioned I had proof of Kylan's shady work behavior? Well, Monday morning I walked into the office at 6 a.m. sharp. HR meeting scheduled for 7. I had everything printed and organized. But first, rewind to the morning after I found them. I spent 4 hours canceling the wedding. Pro tip: when vendors hear the bride slept with the best man, suddenly their no refunds policy becomes negotiable. Got about 60% back from most. The ones that didn't refund, their Yelp reviews are about to get real spicy. Holly's been blowing up my phone ever since, first apologizing, then blaming me, then apologizing again. I haven't blocked her, just letting the messages build. Might need them. She's even been using her work email. Yeah, the one that clearly says it's monitored. The same account she used to set up meetups with Kylan for months. Genius. Kylan's been silent. Probably because Odette, his fiancée, isn't answering his calls. Turns out she already suspected something. My proof just sealed it. She reached out to me on Facebook asking for details. We met up for coffee. He always had an excuse, she said, stirring her latte. Always some last-minute project. Deadlines. Turns out he was just stealing credit for other people's work. Then she showed me her phone. Messages between Kylan and 3 other women. All from the past year. All the same pattern. All while engaged. You know what's funny? She said. He made me feel crazy. Called me paranoid last month when I asked about Holly. I wasn't planning to include Odette in what comes next, but she volunteered. I want to help, she said. He needs to be held accountable. Remember Elsie? Kylan's old team member? She's been collecting proof of his behavior for months. Emails where he stole ideas. Messages pressuring junior co-workers to cover for him. Recordings of him presenting other people's work like it was his own. Our HR meeting went exactly how I pictured it. They opened a formal investigation. Kylan got called in Tuesday afternoon. He tried to keep it together until they started laying out the evidence. That cocky grin vanished. But here's the kicker. Holly still doesn't know about Odette. Or the other women. She thinks she's the one, that he's about to ditch everything for her. Me, Odette, and Elsie? We've got a group chat now, and the story's in there. Let's just say they're eye-opening. Meanwhile, I'm sleeping just fine, showing up to work, staying focused. Kylan's stuck in meetings sweating through his shirt, wondering what's next. Holly's panicking over the weird texts she's getting from him. She forwards them to me. What's going on? She asks. I respond with one word. Soon. It drives her nuts. Some of you might think I'm cold. Maybe. But you know what's colder? Betraying your best friend and acting like you did him a favor. I've got more in motion, but I have to be careful with how I drop it. Let's just say next week's department meeting will be one to remember. Kylan's supposed to present a big project overview. Too bad someone found out it wasn't. Even his work. Most of it came from a public GitHub page that belonged to one of our competitors. And for everyone telling me to take the high road? This is the high road. The low road involves things Reddit would ban me for even describing. And yes, before anyone asks, I've got everything saved. backed up, in more than one place. Not new at this. Oh, and Holly, since I know you've been creeping on my Reddit, how's that chat with HR about company email misuse going? Might want to check your inbox again. Just a heads up. 2 weeks have passed since I last said anything, and a lot of you have been asking for an update, so grab some popcorn. Karma just showed up to collect every single IOU Kylan ever handed out. Remember that department meeting he was supposed to lead? The one where he was going to present some revolutionary project he stole? Yeah, that never happened. 3 hours before it, Odette walked into the building. Quick context. Odette works in marketing for one of our clients, and she has full access to their internal communication logs, including a few emails from about 6 months ago where Kylan was hitting on her coworker while pretending to be single. That same coworker was taken off major projects later, after she rejected him and Kylan rearranged the team assignments. Odette didn't show up alone. She brought screenshots and witnesses, 3 former co-workers who'd all quit because of Kylan's leadership. They'd been waiting for the right moment. That meeting never became a presentation. HR pulled Kylan for an urgent review. 4 hours later, he walked out carrying a sad cardboard box filled with desk plants and protein shakers. But it gets better. Holly, my ex-fiancée, must have decided that was the perfect moment to try her redemption arc. She came over Tuesday night in full-on crying mode, saying she messed up, claiming Kylan manipulated her. Would have been more believable if she hadn't texted him 2 hours earlier. Yeah, I still have access to her backup email, the one all her WhatsApp notifications go to. She was trying to set up a meetup. I let her ramble for 5 minutes, then played the audio. From my doorbell camera. The one from last week. Her and Kylan, giggling about how they could finally be public once his promotion came through. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "He's being fired, Holly. Right now. Check your phone." Her face went pale. She pulled up Twitter. Odette had just posted a massive thread about toxic leadership and workplace harassment. It was blowing up, especially in our industry. She started frantically texting Kylan. No answer. Called. Straight to voicemail. Then her phone buzzed again. Email from HR. Something about improper use of company resources and a mandatory meeting tomorrow morning. "What did you do?" she asked, barely a whisper. "Me?" I said. "Nothing. You did this all on your own. Every message, every quick meeting in the supply room. It's all in the company logs. Maybe use Signal next time instead of your work email to plan hookups." She left my place looking like she saw a ghost. An hour later, she posted a story, wine glass in hand, something vague about betrayal and toxic men. Comments weren't what she hoped for. Meanwhile, Kylan's LinkedIn now says, "Open to work." His engagement is very much over. Odette made sure the whole circle knew why. His apartment? He's got 30 days to get out. His fiancée had co-signed the lease. Not anymore. Even the friend group turned on him. I wasn't the only one he betrayed, just the final straw. Turns out he hit on multiple friends' girlfriends, sabotaged coworkers, and racked up unpaid loans from 3 guys. Typical narcissist checklist. Holly's facing her own mess. That HR meeting didn't go her way. She's now on administrative leave while they investigate. Her sister, who almost became my sister-in-law, texted me to say Holly had to move back in with their parents because she can't afford her apartment alone. Gotta admit, watching people who think they're untouchable crash and burn on their own is satisfying. I barely lifted a finger. I just pulled one thread and let their whole house of lies fall apart. Kylan texted me one last time. "You ruined my life." I sent him a screenshot of his own text from the night I caught them, the one that said, "She was never yours to begin with." And under that, I wrote, "Guess what, man? Now she's not yours either." Ironic, huh? And yes, for everyone asking, I'm doing more than fine. I met someone new. We're taking it slow, but her name's Rain. She's honest. No games, no secrets, just calm conversations and respect. Oh, and Holly, since I know you're still refreshing this thread like it's your job, the answer is still no. And maybe check your credit score. Those joint cards, breakups get messy. Anyway, I wasn't planning to share more. But something happened last night that just completed the story perfectly. I was having dinner with Rain at this burger joint downtown. We've officially been dating for 4 months now. She's amazing, but that's not the wild part. Guess who was behind the counter? Kylan, wearing a paper hat. Life hits hard sometimes. He tried to pretend he didn't see me. Rain wanted to change her order, so I walked up with her. She didn't know who he was. I never showed her a picture. But the second I stepped forward, his eyes widened. "Can I talk to you?" he muttered, trying to act like he still had some dignity. "Just 5 minutes." I checked with Rain. She said she was cool. So I followed him outside during his smoke break. That's when 6 months of frustration boiled over. He snapped. Screamed about how I ruined him. Said he's stuck in his mom's basement. That nobody in our industry will touch him. Called me every name in the book. I just stood there. Let him empty it all out. And when he finally went quiet, I asked, "Feel better?" Then I pulled out my phone and showed him Holly's latest Instagram update. She's back in her hometown now, working at her dad's hardware shop. Her caption was something cheesy about healing and rebuilding. "Your soulmate's really glowing up," I told him. "Oh, and she told everyone you pressured her. Said it was all your idea. Even told your mom that. Guess loyalty isn't her thing either." He tried to snatch my phone. "Big mistake. Remember? Odette? She's dating Maurice now, one of the security guards from our old job. Huge guy. Just so happened to be eating dinner inside with her. Saw Kylan getting in my face. Came out. One look, and Kylan backed off immediately. But karma wasn't done yet. While all that was happening, guess who walked into the restaurant? Holly. Apparently, she'd started showing up there hoping to bump into Kylan. She saw Rain at the table alone and recognized her from my Instagram. Walked right up and started talking trash. Called me a manipulator. Said I orchestrated everything to ruin her and Kylan's true love. Rain? She laughed and hit record. Holly didn't like that. Tried to grab Rain's phone. The manager had to step in. And guess who owns that place? Elsie's cousin. Small world. By the time I got back inside, Holly was being told to leave and never come back. Kylan? He was getting told it was his last week. Turns out he'd been sneaking Holly in during shifts. Rain was chill through the whole thing. Sat there calmly, finishing her fries. "Your ex is intense," she said. "She warned me about you." I showed her some photos from our last vacation. Me, her, and my kids hiking. That shut Holly up real quick. "Oh yeah, Rain's a single mom, 2 awesome kids. We do Minecraft nights with pizza rolls. Life's good." Later that night, Holly sent me a string of drunk texts. Something about how she gave up everything for Kylan? That I betrayed them? That he was supposed to bounce back and get another job. Turns out, finding out he'd been flipping burgers for 3 months was her final straw. This morning, Kylan's mom messaged me. She's actually a decent person. Said she's sorry for everything. Said Kylan lied to her, told her he was between consulting gigs. Then she saw him on someone's TikTok in that uniform. Reality hurts. But here's the kicker. My company just gave me a promotion. I'm leading my own team now. And the first big project? Cleaning up the codebase Kylan left behind? That stolen code from GitHub? Gone. Elsie, now my senior dev, is rebuilding the whole thing from scratch. And yes, Rain knows everything. I showed her all my Reddit posts on our 3rd date. Her response? Good. Means you know how to stand up for yourself. My ex didn't.